Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Join us. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, I need a little bit more ruach than that. Let's try again. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. I knew if I just asked, you would provide more ruach. Welcome, of course, to Temple HaBanim's Pride Shabbat. We're so glad to see you all and welcome you all on this day or on this evening. I want you to know that this evening's service will be led by members of Temple HaBanim who are LGBT, and we're just so very glad to be welcoming them to the Bima tonight. I also want you to know that tonight, please think about the way in which all of you connect with the world. What I mean by this is that very often we say the words, "We shall not oppress the stranger because we were oppressed in the land of Egypt." That's something that is said more often than any other tenet of Jewish life, and certainly more than any other verse in Torah. But it somehow washes over us and becomes part of just the general Jewish kind of background. Elena Winter, it's so wonderful to see you. Welcome and Shabbat Shalom. I was just saying hello to Elena. Yeah. Hi. But what I want you to think about tonight on this Shabbat is the way in which we don't do that often. That often we resist what is strange. We resist what is not our comfort zone. And so tonight, please think about the ways in which we can all be inclusive, not by welcoming the stranger and saying, "Oh, we're welcoming you," but rather by saying, "We welcome you because you enrich our community, because everything about us is enriched by your presence and your voice."
Can we try the Nigun ones?
Sure, please, let's do that.
So in that spirit, this will come about in a little bit. The song is called Come. The words are come, come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. If you want to look ahead, it's on page 4. Page 3 at the bottom of the page, and we're going to come back to it. So I just wanted to teach it right quick before we start. Come, come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come, that's it. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come, let me hear you. Come all of us, come all of us, bless the one who blessed. Last time, come, come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. There'll be 3 parts of that, but now you know one of them.
We'll be going back and forth from our booklet to our book and our Siddur and back and forth. So we'll try to direct you as well as we can. And to begin our service tonight, it's my pleasure to call to the Bima Soren Breyer, who will begin our service with the reading of Shesanu B'Tselem Elohim, to be followed by Soren's mom and dad, Jacob and Danny, to light the candles.
One of the most important teachings of the Torah is Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Love your neighbor as yourself. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We are commanded to love all members of the fabulous human family. In the creation account of the book of Genesis, God creates us B'Tselem Elohim, in God's image. That means that all of us, no matter our race, religion, gender identity, nationality, economic status, disability, or sexual orientation, are reflections of the divine being who created us all. The biblical prophets urge us on with their words, justice, justice you shall pursue. Each one of us carries a divine spark, and when these sparks come together in community, there is that much more godliness in the world. Bigotry prevents the sparks from uniting. Bigotry and hatred keep people in their shells, afraid. Bigotry is the absence of justice. So pursuing justice means confronting bigotry head-on. It means educating others about the diversity and beauty of God's creations. It means not being afraid of ourselves. It means letting our sparks shine as bright as they can, for when there is light, there is hope. Justice penetrates the dark. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asanu b'tselem Elohim. Praised are you, God, ruler of the universe, who has made all of us in your image, as amazing, awesome, and wonderful creations. Which one? As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Together on page 120. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Thank you so much. That was wonderful. We're going to continue on page 2 with Hine Matov. You've seen us play around with different versions. On page 128, you'll see the version Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How great it is that brothers are dwelling together. We added in Achayot, which is also in the Siddur later on, Achayot for female. I found also a version that said Shevet Achimot Gam Yachad for people who identify as non-binary, and Shevet Kulanu Gam Yachad, all inclusive. Hebrew is a binary language, but it doesn't have to mean that we exclude anyone. In fact, when we're not intentional, we do exclude, even by accident. So, each time we'll add a different piece. We're glad you're here. And also a big shout out to Kay, who is the inspiration for making Pride what it is today.
Thank you.
Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achayot gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחיות גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחיות גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת כולנו גם יחד. How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד כולנו. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת כולנו גם יחד.
A blessing for pride. Source of light, each of us has been blessed with spirit. Each of us is a unique treasure. May the wellspring of our lives cause us to flow with courage and strength to live our stories openly, proudly, and joyfully. May we embrace ourselves, our partners, our lovers, our friends, our children, our dear ones with the power of Ahava Rabbah, unending, boundless love. May we open our hearts to welcome each other fully. May we open our hands to support and lift each other with joy, with songs, with peace, and with deep community. Today, on this Pride Shabbat, let us walk together with strength and love.
I'm not sure if Rabbi Howard mentioned this. I was struggling with a different piece, but the musicians that inspired tonight's songs, the ones who wrote these songs, all identify as LGBTQ members, and something that we were very intentional about lifting up these voices in the service. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing and we'll all sing along. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. It's now our pleasure to invite up Paulina Sobel for the reading entitled We Come Together at the top of page 3.
We come together this Shabbat each bringing to this sanctuary a private world of hopes, of fears, of dreams. Some of us are burdened by anxieties and cares that all but crash our faith in the future. Others have hearts filled with happiness, grateful for the joys of the past week, yet aware that even the most fortunate and vulnerable for the mystery of tomorrow. Every life is a unique blending of joy and sorrow, of fulfillment and of frustration. Beneath our uniqueness, we are all bound together by a common humanity. All of us are most deeply yearn for the blessings of freedom and peace. Each of us seeks the personal liberation of a mind that is not enslaved to conventional wisdom, a heart that is able to love without fear, a spirit that cries yes to the universe. Each of us strives too for the inner peace that comes with finding a harmony between our aspirations and our abilities. This is the Shabbat peace to which we aspire. Kol hanashama Shabbat v'hagihim. Said that wrong? Okay.
Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I can't help but mention in this moment, I only taught it to you once, just one time, and you sang it back so beautifully. When we set the example for what we want the world to look like, people will catch on. Not right away, not as easily as you did, but they do catch on. Part 2. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, bless the one who blesses. Blessed is the blessed one, blessed is the giver of blessings. Blessed in this moment now and every now to come. Blessed is the blessed one, blessed is the giver of blessings. Blessed in this moment now and every now and to come. Come all of you, come all of us, bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, bless the one who blesses. Please rise in body or in spirit. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Come all of you, come all of us, bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, bless the one who blesses. Please be seated. We're on page 4. Blessed love, holy love, sacred love, abundant love, source of love, let your love shine down on me. That's your chorus, it's in line 5. Blessed love, holy love, sacred love, abundant love, source of love, let your love shine down on me. Before the morning light, I already feel it shining. Before I open up my eyes, I already see it shining. When my road is rough, I can feel your love. That's enough for me. Blessed love, holy love, sacred love, abundant love, source of love, let your love shine down on me. As above, so below, love from who all blessings flow, source of love, let your love shine down on me. On me and the ones I love, shine from below and from above. Bless my family and be a light in me. Blessed love, holy love, sacred love, abundant love, source of love, let your love shine down on me. As above, so below, love from whom all blessings flow, source of love, let your love shine down on me.
And now we turn to page 152 for the Shema. Yes, please rise.
Shema Yisrael,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem Kivod Malechuto Leolam Va'ed. Page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha behayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha vishinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'vetecha uvelechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot betecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru Va'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liod lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. We'd like to invite Chloe Buka up to the bima for a Ve'ahavta translation.
Let us encounter all the world with appreciative and insightful love, deep and healing love, liberating and joyful love. Let us rejoice in love and in the creativity it brings to the human experience. Love expands our abilities to explore and express ourselves. Love deepens our feelings of connectedness and individuality. Love helps us reach across the boundaries of ego, class, creed, ethnicity, and nature. Love heightens our senses of meaning, beauty, and wonder. Let us love all the world with all our heart, with all our soul, and with all our might. Let us make our every deed a labor of love.
Thank you, Chloe. I can't help but notice that this is I'm proud of our attendance that's here. And we've had many services that have had more attendance and less participation in terms of voices back. When we were singing the Shema, I couldn't help but notice how many voices, how we were filled, we were hugged by those voices. I'm sure you all felt it too. And as Chloe was telling us this translation for Ve'ahavta, what a nice reminder it is that sometimes the voices that are reminding us of who we are need to be the loudest. We need to constantly be reminded, love is love is love is love. People are people are people are people. And that we're all on the same team together, especially when the world tries to shake that out of us. It's now my pleasure to introduce Amy Moss, I think, who's going to be reading Our People Came Out on page 5.
Our people came out of Egypt, a mixed multitude, the spray of diving waters, sprinkling diamonds all around them. We stood together at Sinai, all of us, future, present, past, amid the rumble of thunder and crack of bright lightning, to enter into a covenant with the one who loves us, in whose shining image we are all created over and over again. We have wandered bleak landscapes, built flimsy tents of skins, and then houses of stone. We have planted orchards and vineyards, seen 2 temples rise and then go down in surging flames, forcing us into exile. We have loved and lost, grieved and danced, transgressed and celebrated, hidden, suffered, thrived. And we gather here this day in the community of our people, a mixed multitude, and we sing out, "Hear, O Israel, we stand together, all of us, descendants of the single first human created on the 6th day, and of our myriad parents down through the generations, too numerous to name. We stand together, link arms, and pray. Blessed are you, God of the universe, who sanctifies us with the commandment to love ourselves and one another in all our varied ways, and blesses us with a diamond-bright radiance that still ripples out from your first spoken words of creation."
We're on the bottom of page 100, well, we're on page 158 and at the bottom of page 5 on your handout. I'm reminded of Nachshon, who while Moses was arguing with God, the Egyptians are following us, they're about to kill us, the sea is right there. Why won't the sea part? What's going on? Well, as the Midrash goes, Nachshon was the first to take the first step into the water and guided the people silently by setting an example. Freedom. Freedom. That's better. Freedom. Freedom. כמוך, נהדר, בקודש נורא, נורא, תהילות, עושה פלא, נורא, תהילות, עושה פלא. Cry freedom, 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 oh freedom, 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 oh freedom. Just your voices. Freedom, 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 oh freedom, 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 oh freedom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkiveinu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkiveinu, Leshalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
Join us on page 164 for Tefillah.
Please rise.
Adonai, sifatai tita, ufia, tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. 166. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekone Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Abraham, Bezrat Sarah. 168. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah Rav lehoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayim melech Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol. Baruch ata Adonai, mechayeh hakol. 170. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch ata Adonai, Ma'el HaKadosh.
You may be seated. So this evening, I feel just an immense sense of gratitude to have a community as supportive, as loving, as wonderful, and as inclusive as Temple Hapanim is. And if there are feelings of gratitude that you might have at this time, and you want to even share them, now these are not Shechianu moments, right, which are moments of just, one-offs like that you feel, but just a sense of like gratitude for someone or something in your life that is beautiful. So if you'd like to share a couple of people, that would be lovely.
I'd like to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was say I'd like to start by saying that I feel so grateful to have this community here. Growing up, I didn't think that there would be a Jewish community where I would be accepted with my queerness, and it is really, really wonderful, and I appreciate this community and the opportunities that I've been given here with Rabbi and everyone. So thank you all so much for being here.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so we're gonna lower the screen now, and we're gonna move out of the way towards congregation because we're going to have a message, a prayer. We're reformed.
While David's getting that set up, does anyone have any moments of gratitude that they'd like to share? Maybe something that happened this week that you're feeling grateful for, or something you're feeling grateful for in this moment?
I'm grateful for you. Grateful for healing. Absolutely.
It's wonderful.
Oh, dang. Life. Oh, no. Most of the essence of Judaism can be captured right there. To be grateful for life. Do you know, Daniel, we say 100 lessons a day. Not because we need to, but because it reminds us of being grateful for life. Thank you. Marissa, go ahead.
I am grateful every day, and I say affirmations every day, giving thanks and gratitude for this human experience and everything that we're learning and living, and the connections that we're making, and all the lessons. It's such a blessing.
Thank you, Marissa. You beautifully said that. We are so grateful for the new experience that we are. God. Oh, okay, all right. Are we about to do it? Yes? Okay, there we go. All right. Wait. Now we have to get sound.
Nice time.
Nice tie in line.
Always.
Yeah,
Always.
it's a great time. There.
Is it live? Record this recording.
I think this is recorded.
Yes, it's a recording.
Oh, no. One of those moments when you say, Mom, move the rabbit ears down.
you'll have to share his graduation again when we do the Shehechianus, because that is also a Shehechianu moment.
Actually, all the graduations, like Soren graduated today from elementary school and will be going to middle school next year, so yay. And Paulina graduated today from Barrington Middle School and will be going to Barrington School next year. We're all so very proud of all of our graduates. All right, here we go. We're going to try again. Here we go. All right. Look, it's a rainbow wheel of life.
Wheel of patience.
Yes, I always say that, but not at this moment. Wheel of life today. All right. I also like to offer a immense feeling of gratitude for my niece, Jessica. She is trans and has not had such an easy time. And the many, many years of her life were spent in denial and in quiet suffering. And she is just feeling so much happier and more complete and more whole and more loved than ever before. And I'm so grateful for Jessica's courage in her transition. Okay, here we go. Oh, we're so close. I know how close we are. I do. I do.
Is there another volume switch after that?
Where is it? We all see the volume. Oh, there he is. Got it.
Oh,
Are we ready?
yeah.
Shabbat Shalom. My God, I thank you for my life, my soul, and my body, for my name, for my sexual orientation, and my gender identity, for my way of thinking and talking and being. Help me realize that in all my qualities, I am unique in the world, and that no one like me has ever lived. For if there had ever before been someone like me, I would not have needed to exist. Help me embrace my own ways of loving and caring, that by becoming whole in my own way, I can bring honor to your name. Shabbat Shalom, Temple Habonim, on this joyful Pride Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Klein, and thank you. If you're watching at home, we're thinking of you. And we are blessed by your presence and by your words. And thank you, David, because that's hard to do under those circumstances. We're going to do a, oh, I'm sorry. We're going to do a prayer for peace. Oh, you know what? Because I turned up the volume a little bit. Oh, okay. We're going to do a prayer for peace and then invite Jacob Breyer to the Bima for an extraordinary poem.
Make of us a house for all people. Gather us in hope for all people. Surround us in peace for all people. In wholeness and in love. Make of us a house for all people. Gather us in hope for all people. Surround us in peace for all people. In wholeness and in love. Now you got it, let's do it. make of us a house for all people, gather us in hope for all people, surround us in peace for all people, in wholeness and in love. Make for us a house for all people, gather us in hope for all people, surround us in peace for all people, in wholeness and in love. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Notice if that was the first time you heard that melody, how uncomfortable it made you feel, right? Might have made you feel a little uncomfortable. Watch how this uncomfortability turns into comfort in 20 seconds. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Make of us a house for all people, gather us in hope for all people, surround us in peace for all people, in wholeness and in love.
So Jacob Breyer is going to be coming to the Bima to read a poem that they've written, and afterwards we're going to go directly into silent prayer. Thank you.
Pieces and pieces. Bits and pieces, slivers, shimmers of light, glistening, a twinkle in an eye, listening to a fully soothed sigh. Peace comes with measured delight. Peace is in the first step taken. It is a promise to hold, a rainbow brighter than gold. Peace comes from pride, shame forsaken. Peace is in the magically hovering hummingbird. It is the sun shining on a flower. It's your sun maturing by the hour. Peaceful sounds, it is heard word by word. Bits and pieces, slivers and shimmers. It is twinkles and sprinkles. It's smoothing the wrinkles. It is drier warm sweaters. It's lunchbox love letters. A breath of fresh air. It is a wink that we share. Peek through the holes, unconsumed by the whole, fussing and fidgeting and finding the creases. You'll see that peace is in the unpuzzled pieces.
Yasher Koach. Ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Listen with your eyes, listen with your eyes, and sing everything you see. You can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing along with me. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Listen with your eyes, listen with your eyes, and sing everything you see. You can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing along with me. So think for a second about those times that you see rainbows in the sky, like actual rainbows, and how lucky you feel that you got a chance to see those rainbows in the sky. All the circumstances that had to line up for you to be in that place, in that moment. Maybe even a double rainbow. Anybody ever see one of those?
Wow.
Now think about the people in your life who are rainbows. All of us are rainbows. All of us are lined up in this exact moment to be with each other, this exact configuration of people. Ose shalom bimromav uyase shalom aleinu ve'al Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Listen with your eyes. Listen with your eyes. Listen with your eyes and sing everything you see. You can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing along with me.
For our prayer for healing tonight, we are going to be singing Heal Us Now. And while we do have members in our hearts to think about tonight, I do want us to also think about the LGBTQ community. There are many people who are unable to access health care due to discriminatory laws, our providers, people who are physically hurt, are mentally hurt from harassment and bullying. And so I'd like them to keep them in our heart.
And we also remember in our community our friend Shula Schoenfeld, who is just doing so well, and Seymour Glantz, and our friend Ann Meitzen, who is here tonight. And we're so thrilled to see you, Ann, and know you're on the mend. Also for my mom, who had a fall and who's in a rehab facility now, and praying for her healing as well.
I'll add in our buddy Daniel Carton.
Absolutely. Are there any other names of people that are in need of healing? Oh, Stephen, go ahead. Oh, good. We're glad that she's out of the hospital. Thank you, Stephen, for sharing that. Our healing prayers go to her. Len? Thank you. Healing prayers. Absolutely. Absolutely. Marilyn? Thank you. Daniel? Bob? Thank you.
My cousin also retired only 2 antibiotics, very ill.
Absolutely. And we say, Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, God, healer of the sick. Please join us in our healing prayer. Heal us now.
Top of page 8. Rifa'enu Adonai v'nei Rafei Hoshienu v'nivashea El karov l'chol korav Av karov l're'av isho. We pray for healing of the body. We pray for healing of the soul, for strength of flesh and mind and spirit. We pray to once again be whole. El Narefana, oh please heal us now. Refuat ha-nefesh, Refuat ha-guf, Refuat shelema, heal us now. Heal us now. Hoshia et amecha, uvarech et nachalatecha, urei menaseh ad ha'olam. Mishaberach avotenu, Mishaberach imotenu, Ana Adonai Hoshiana. We pray for healing of our people. We pray for healing of the land and peace for every race and nation. Peace for everyone, hand in hand. El Narefana, oh please heal us now. Refuat ha-nefesh, Refuat ha-guf, Refuat shelema, heal us now. Heal us now. Heal us now.
And now for our Shehechianu moments. I first of all just want to say what a Shehechianu moment it is here tonight with this Pride service. To my knowledge, this is the first Temple Chabonim Pride service that's been planned specifically with members of the Temple Chabonim LGBTQ community. I feel very honored to be able to be up here co-leading the service with Rabbi Howard and David. But I know everyone else probably has a bunch of awesome Shehechianu moments that I'm so excited to hear about. So please raise your hands. And yeah, you want to add something?
Of
course.
I just want to also give a big shout out to Jacob, who was a co-planner in this service, and I know is behind the Oneg also. And also, Kay, we shared this privately with you earlier, but what a blessing it is to have you as part of our community, for you to reach out and say, this is something I'd like to do. It's the first time that I've really co-led with somebody else on the Bima that wasn't one of our Brit Mitzvah students, and it's just such a blessing and a gift, and I'm really grateful.
Thank you so much. And yes, Jacob, as I'm sure everyone probably knows from the emails that were going out, they were also a big part of, we were kind of planning it together, a little committee, and they also made some fancy rainbow challah, so stay tuned for the oneg.
Wait till you see it. All right, well, you know what? I'm going to call on Soren to begin with, please.
So I graduated 5th grade, which means I move on to the middle school.
Mazel tov, Soren. Looking forward to your days in middle school. Thank you. Eliana, you want to go ahead? Eliana, thank you for making your birthday such a meaningful one for all of our animal friends who need our protection and our shelter. So thank you. And I just want to say also that I love the Russell's t-shirts, which I hope you will see at the ONA because they are absolutely beautiful. Speaking of wonderful t-shirts, Molly Kane, go ahead, please. Big voice. Oh my gosh, 2 more days till she goes to Camp Eisner.
Very exciting.
It's very, very exciting. We are thrilled for Molly, and we know you're going to have the best time. Even though your time may not overlap with David, it's still going to be amazing.
You'll see me around.
I'll
find my way down there.
And Scarlett, do you want to add something also with a big voice, maybe with an assist from Mom and Dad? You're going to Broadway. Oh my gosh, Mazel Tov. That's going to be so amazing. And do you want to tell us what show you're going to see? Shocked. So it's Corn Pone on Broadway. You're going to love it. And I'm so excited and can't wait to hear. One always remembers one's first Broadway show. I know I have a little story to tell during during our Kaddish blessing about that. So thank you, and have a great time. Oh, I see Adam Greenman and Nora. So first Nora. Oh my gosh, Mazel Tov, another graduate. Also moving on to middle school. Yay, Nora. Alex?
I graduated 8th grade. Also on Wednesday, I'm going to JMW High School.
Wow, Mazel Tov. The Greenmans have like graduation central over there. That's wonderful. Yay. Adam, wait, I know what yours is, but go ahead.
I see many of the people last night here tonight who helped contribute to Temple Habanim's win last night, 22-19 against St. John's.
Temple Habonim, the Builders softball team is managed by none other than Adam Greenman.
We are undefeated. 1-0, and everyone is welcome to join us to watch us play, and it's great. So.
Adam, I'll double down on that. It's the very first time since I've been here, it'll be 8 seasons, that we've started off the season undefeated. So
we
must be the management.
So we have a winning record for the first time.
Yeah, and Jacob played last night, which means that Jacob, I think you're the linchpin. You're the one who,
right.
yeah.
You're going to have to make it to the next game, Jacob.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've ever had that many points scored in a single game yet.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. So.
If anybody wants to a full recap, I'm happy to do it during the
Play by play.
Watch out, Tampa Bay. All right. Jacob, go ahead, please.
I want to say it's a big weekend of vibe planning for me. I really appreciate the planning with Kay, working with them, and David to put tonight together. Tomorrow, I'm co-emceeing Barrington's Pride celebration at 1 o'clock. It's going to be free. Feel free to come. And also my first softball game in many years did not leave me injured, and so I'm very
Very nice. Thank you, Jacob. And I just need to say one thing that Jacob, Kay, David, our planners tonight did just an amazing job. I am so honored to share the beam with all of you. and all of our readers and all of you who are singing with us tonight. So thank you.
I think Paulina
Right.
has one
Paulina,
as well.
go ahead. Okay. Mazel tov.
Right. Happy birthday. Happy graduation. Happy anniversary to Lisa and David.
Very thrilled.
Absolutely.
That was number 15. Okay. That's a big one. That's a big one. All right. Very nice. Oh, go ahead, Daniel.
A few days ago, I lost my first tooth.
I knew you looked different. I could tell.
Wonderful. I knew you looked older.
Yeah.
So what did you do with your tooth?
Did you put your tooth under the pillow?
I put it in a special pillow, and they gave me $5.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
And they even got to keep my tooth.
Very cool.
And you got to keep your tooth as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
And here's
okay.
the weird part.
Oh, okay.
I pulled it out instead of let it just wiggle out.
Yes. Mazel tov. I hope you will make sure that you check out the lost tooth in the owner. Jerry Katz.
I don't know that I can be the lost.
I don't think you could, but go ahead.
But today is my daughter's 35th birthday.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, Sharon.
Mazel tov to Sharon.
Yom Hulet Sameach to her.
Her daughter is 4 months old today.
Oh.
Hey.
Marissa?
Marissa.
Mimi, our daughter, just graduated from JMW, River Mentioned. And she's in Miami right now. She just had her birthday. She just turned 18, so it's a beautiful number, and we're very excited. She's with her boyfriend, and just very, very happy. And she got her driver's license, so like all
Oh.
these things happen at the same time.
Mimi, I'm sure you guys are watching. Shabbat Shalom. Mazel tov.
All the way from Miami. All right.
Oh, Marilyn.
I'd like to put my good friend, Elaine Pointer, and her daughter and son.
We are thrilled to see you, and we know you're here in Rhode Island for a special and not necessarily happy occasion, but we are still thrilled to see you and miss you all the time. I know. And they're down in New Jersey, so New Jersey's blessing.
I'll add in, it's really nice to see a bunch of faces here, faces that we see a bunch, faces that we haven't seen in a bit. It's really good to see you. If anybody wants to see my face, I'm going to be playing at Blue Water tomorrow from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So you can see my punam singing some non-Jewish songs out there. Sure, I wasn't going to put that there.
Oh, and you know what? And I just want to say, last night, Annie and I went to see my favorite guitarist, Jorma Kalkinen, at the Narrows, and it was amazing. And Jorma, by the way, is 82 years old and still playing on tours, so it was pretty great.
I think this is a record number of Shehechian
It is.
moments.
It is.
We have a
So
lot to celebrate.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Starting with those birthdays.
Yeah.
Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. Bottom of page 8. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu l'zman hazeh. Together at the bottom of the page. We bless the Eternal One for giving us life, lifting us up, and embracing each other for everything that we are on this Shabbat, reaching this moment together as a holy community. Please rise.
No.
Please sit down.
Please sit.
Please, no, I'm just kidding. See, if it's not in here, I forget about it, but this is the most important part.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
So those of you who come to services regularly probably have seen my face. You probably remember me because I'm attached to a small dog usually, and that's pretty rememberable. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kay Gisherman. My pronouns are they, them, and I am a member of Temple Habunim. As stated earlier, I am also a member of the LGBTQ community. I am bisexual. I am also a non-binary trans person. Transgender is a word that refers to people who do not identify with the sex they were assigned at birth. Non-binary falls under that umbrella. And non-binary means that I don't identify with any of, strictly or with the traditional genders, boy, girl, man, woman. There's a lot of different ways to be non-binary, and I am just one example of it. But I'm so very happy to be here tonight. This week's Torah portion was Korah, and during the Torah portion this week, there were actually 2 riots, rebellions led by Korah against Moses and Aaron and their authority to rule. And it's really fitting that this was the Torah portion this week for our Pride Shabbat service. For those of you who are not aware, Pride actually started as a riot. The first Pride, if you will, was in 1969. In New York City, there was the Stonewall Inn, which was a gay bar. At the time, being LGBTQ was essentially criminalized. Wearing clothing that is not assigned with your gender was not allowed. People did go to jail for that. Engaging in gay behaviors was not allowed. People could be arrested for holding hands or kissing somebody of the same sex on the street. Fortunately, a lot has changed since then. And Pride continued in years future to remember that riot and eventually became the celebration that we know of today. However, it is still important that we continue to riot, if you will, and fight for our rights. According to the Human Rights Campaign, this has been a record-breaking year, and it's only June, so we're only halfway through the year. It has been a record-breaking year for anti-LGBTQ laws. There have been over 520 anti-LGBTQ laws that have been brought to state legislators. Over 220 of them have been anti-trans laws, and there have been 70 new laws enacted. 70 new laws. We are 6 months into the year. If we continue at that pace, that would be 140. That's practically a law every 2 or 3 days. It's very concerning. These laws have been banning gender-affirming care. They have been requiring students to be misgendered in school. There have been laws against drag events and drag story time that have been so helpful and positive of community events. There are laws requiring schools to censor LGBTQ issues in certain states. If a child has 2 fathers or 2 mothers, they are not allowed to voice that because they don't want the other students to know about it. That is the level of censorship. It is getting to a point where it is almost illegal to be LGBTQ or leading towards that way again. And it's scary. Every year in November, there is Transgender Day of Remembrance, where there are different vigils held to honor transgender folks who have been killed throughout the year because of violence. Every year, this number continues to become higher and higher. Every year, we seem to break the record again, unfortunately. So, it's really important that we continue to fight for our rights again. And there are ways that all of you can do this. Unlike in the Torah portion where Moses and Aaron received their right to lead from God, it was divine, our leaders in the government in the United States do not have divine leadership. They do not come from God. You can elect leaders in your community, in government, in community organizations, in school PTAs, school boards that are pro-LGBTQ rights. There are also actions that you can take in your everyday life, including introducing yourself with your name and your pronouns. This normalizes pronoun introductions. Many people have the privilege of someone looks at you and they know the right pronouns to use for you. Not everyone has that privilege. Most people would not look at me and think to use they, them pronouns. That's the case for many in the transgender community. This leads to more respect. It also lets LGBTQ individuals know that you are a person that they can be safe with. Additionally, missed my notes for a second. In addition to introducing yourself with your pronouns, you can recognize that not everyone is a binary gender. Not everyone is a boy or a girl, a man or a woman. Non-binary people exist. And it's important to not make assumptions about people's identities. I know it's very common to see teenagers or young adults and ask them, do you have a boyfriend, do you have a girlfriend, making the assumption that they must be straight, and that's not always the case. We want people to feel welcome and safe to be able to live their full lives. So it's important to hinder your assumptions and allow people to tell you who they are and trust that they know themselves. I sincerely hope that all of you are listening to this message and find an action that you can take in your life to help us. Shabbat Shalom.
Beautifully said. We'd like to ask all of you to rise, and thank you, Kay, so much, as we sing One Day.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God that I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, 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 one day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavements keep on moving through the water, stay raging. In this maze, you can lose your way. Your way might drive you crazy, but don't let it faze you. No way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. Let me down. Negativity surrounds. I know someday I'll really turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. One day this all will change, treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like one day, one day, one day, one day. Switch it to today. Today, today. I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars and our children will say one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Hear your voices loud. One day.
One day, one day, one day.
Please be seated.
We now call Ann Meitzen to the Bema for prayer of remembrance.
Oh God, remember today our LGBTQ siblings who were martyred in years past, those who perished in the Holocaust and those struck down in our own city in our own time. Remember also those who took their own lives driven by despair by a world that hated them because of their love or gender. And in mercy, remember those who live lives of loneliness, repressing their true natures and refraining from sharing their love with one another. Oh God, remember the sacrifice of these martyrs and help us bring an end to hate and oppression of every kind.
And thank you so much. This evening we remember those who died in recent days, those whose families are in Shiva and Shloshim. We remember George Paul Lando, beloved husband of Ruth Lando, beloved father and father-in-law of Shoshana Lando and Ethan Stein, and beloved grandfather Philip and Malcolm Stein. And I want to add that tonight we also remember Sheldon Harnick. Sheldon Harnick was the lyricist of Fiddler on the Roof and many other wonderful musicals like She Loves Me and Fiorello. And he died today at the age of 99 years old. When I was a boy, at the age of 6, my grandparents took me to see the original production of Fiddler on the Roof on Broadway, and though I was too young really to see it, I still remember it like it was yesterday because it just was extraordinary and magical, and it was about us. And so thank you, Sheldon Harnick, for so many marvelous memories and so many marvelous lyrics. We also recall those who died at this time in years past, those whose yahrzeits fall on this Shabbat, and if you should hear the name of a loved one, please feel free to rise so we may acknowledge your status as a mourner. At the conclusion of the list, we'll all stand to support those who mourn and say Kaddish. This evening we remember Rose Berger, beloved mother of Sammy Backman, Vivian Barron, beloved mother of Larry Barron, Minnie Perlman, beloved grandmother of Bonnie Jaffe, Philip Norris, beloved father of Vicki Norris Carton and father-in-law of Cliff Carton, Alan Leibowitz, beloved father of David Leibowitz, Marion Ostrach, beloved mother of Stephen Ostrach, Frances Friedman, beloved aunt of Maxine Richmond, Chester Elkind, beloved brother of Alan Silk, Robert Berman, beloved brother of Nikki Sockett and brother-in-law of Malcolm Sockett, and my own grandmother, Rose Steinhardt, beloved mother of my mother, Pam Altman. Are there any other names for those who are observing a yahrzeit this evening? Thank you, Joe. Glenn? Thank you. Zichronam livracha. May all of them be remembered for a blessing, and together as one family we rise in spirit or in body as we pray the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah Bialma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chaye echon uv'yom echon uv'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah v'varach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal. Shemei d'kudusha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'am yiran v'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu
ve'al kol Yisrael
kol yoshvei tevel ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Please be seated.
I want to say thank you to first to our greeters this evening, Jerry and Leslie Katz. Thank you. You're the best. And I want to also say a thank you, my warmest and most heartfelt thanks to Kay and to Jacob and everyone who did a reading tonight, because you made this service so meaningful and beautiful. And Kay, thank you for your sermon. It was beautiful as well. And also want to say thank you to the many Oneg hosters who contributed to the rainbow treats tonight. So thank you for all of our rainbow treats. All right. Tonight, remember, you can leave your handouts or bring them out to the Oneg.
Yes,
but your
I'm going
books,
to ask that you actually do take your booklets and put them out in the front.
There's a little table.
Near Adina's office, there's a little table. And
the prayer books go back in the ark. So that would be wonderful. Thank you.
And just a little moment of connection. The ark is actually from the congregation in Fall River that Kay belonged to. Is that what we realized? I think we determined that it was the same congregation that Kay grew up in. It was actually the ark that held the Torah. And so now it's holding our Sidurim, and that's a neat connection.
How beautiful for that history. Our Torah study is on Zoom tomorrow. Korach, it's at 10 a.m. Please join us on Zoom. It'd be lovely to have all of you. If you want to join us on Wednesday, the 28th, for coffee with staff, with David, Adina, and I, we'll be out from 10 to 11. It's always nice. You bring your coffee. We provide the chairs.
If you have a better name for it, you let us know.
Yeah,
We're working.
yeah.
It's a working title.
So don't forget tomorrow after Torah study to join Jacob and many members of the community for our community's Pride celebration tomorrow at 1 p.m. at Town Hall. Next Friday we'll be at the beach on Barrington Public Beach on the 30th of Shabbat.
Just a reminder, we will not be streaming that.
Yeah.
So, although there is a neat water connection there.
Ooh, yeah.
So if you're expecting to see
we'll be
this,
waving it.
yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm learning from the master.
So come join us on the beach if you'd like. Again, it's Barrington Beach, not Latham Park, but Barrington Beach. Yeah, should be a good time.
It should be, and that's tomorrow, next Friday at 6:15. And we need help watering, so come sign up for watering. And as Adam told us, we will also be playing softball. So don't forget
Our
that.
next game is on Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Not this coming Thursday.
No, this coming Thursday.
Got it. So like in less
the
than
29th.
Got it.
Excellent. Okay.
Very exciting.
Beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So good. There we go. That's all of our announcements. And
we'll be on page 123 for Kiddush.
So if
Anybody-
you're a young person or young at heart, come on up.
Say, where's Soren? I know he's usually here.
Yes.
I should also share that our last Brit Mitzvah, we had a bunch of the friends come up. It was one of the first times in recent memory that friends, non-Jewish friends, came onto the bima and supported their classmate, and that was really wonderful to see.
I
Listen,
love seeing everyone's
also-
pride shirts.
Yeah, if you're if you happen to have a cell phone with you
You've got
and you're at
pride
the
people.
Oneg and you want to take pictures of all of our pride shirts because they're amazing, so that we can put those in our bulletin and just like celebrate this special night. Okay, good.
You guys remember? Beret,
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready? Yeah, they know. They know. They don't need. Okay,
You
great.
got this.
Ba-
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen. L'chaim.
Hi. Hey, put your pinky up now. Pinky? Pinky?
Great. So let's move on to
We have a
Steven?
beautiful rainbow
Steven?
challah
You? Me too.
made by Jacob Breyer.
Check it out.
Hold that finger.
Take it off. Yeah. Wow.
What?
And Soren, show it to the folks who are
That's a
watching at
response.
home.
That's a response
How
right there.
special that is. Yeah. Beautiful. All right.
Ba-
Let's say emotzi.
Baruch Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Te'avon.
Yeah.
Stephen can't figure out where to start.
Just take something.
I'm sure Jacob took a picture so we can get into it, right? Yeah.
Let's take some of this.
Dive
Oh, look
in.
at that, Ellie. Look at it. Your brain is confused, isn't
Okay.
it?
Hopefully everybody washed their hands. Okay. Great. Yeah, there you
All
go.
right. All right. And Soren, if you can
There's
take
probably
it. Phenomenal.
Great.
Steven, you can get more Theoneg. Chill.
It's not good. Going to Wikipedia never. Mommy,
Okay, so we want to make sure that there's enough for everybody. Let's come off of the beamer now.
Here.
There you go.
Okay.
Pauline will lead the way. Usually they follow. me.
There's not much left at this point.
Okay.
I would say we.
Looks like it's beautiful. All right.
We're going to end tonight's service by inviting back up Amy Moss. Amy suggested this closing song of Lechi Lach. Many of you are probably familiar with it. Debbie Friedman of blessed memory identified within the LGBTQ community. And Lechi Lach, or Lech Lecha, as you see here in the green to the right, says it means go to yourself. So when God was telling Abraham, leave your homeland, leave everything you've known at 70, 80 years old, imagine starting over anywhere at 80 years old. Imagine starting anything new, trying anything new. I know for a fact that Jacob didn't bake challah earlier than the pandemic, right? Pandemic. And now they can make challah, like that's pretty incredible.
Amy taught me how.
And Amy, look at that. L'dor v'challah. Or something. I think we're all in the same generation. But yes, if ever you think that you're too old or you don't have all the tools, just know that really we could call Pride Shabbat, B'Tselem Elohim Shabbat. All of us are unique. And as I said to a guitar student this afternoon, 8 billion people on this planet at this time, right now. 100 billion people total ever in the history of humankind. And God needed you too. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been the lucky few to exist in the first place. And so when we really stop and think about that, we look at each other as rainbows, or new religious school teachers, and we sing together as a family. One more big shout out to Kay and Jacob for planning this, and Kay, so wonderfully done for leading, and of course to Rabbi Howard for being such a gracious host as well. We'll end together on page 10, Lechi Lach. Lechi Lach, to a land that I will show you. Lech lecha to a place you do not know. Lechila, on your journey I will bless you. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechila. And I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechila, to the place that I will show you. L'simchat hayim, l'simchat hayim, l'simchat hayim, lechila. You shall be a blessing, join us. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Yes, you are a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechila. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. That was so wonderful. That was so wonderful.
Thank you so much.